Hello everyone, this is Vivek Vyas. In this video, I'm going to tell you what are the shortcomings of uh, uh, Clean India mission. This is to help our government officers or bureaucrats to see the mission in a different light because I do think that uh, we have to succeed in this mission. So let me get right down to the subject. So I will try to be very fast. Let's see. First thing first is that there is no bark in the mission. I think so. There it has to be. We have to make a lot of very strong rules and regulations in the country to really punish the people. We have very bad hygiene habits in the country, and as the only way to do it is to be very harsh on the people. We have done so very successfully without making people much angry in Surat when there was a breakout after a flood of what we call it Haiza. So, so we need to do that. It is not a national priority. That is one thing that we need to develop cleanliness as a national priority. Also, we haven't set up a benchmark. So, like like we want to be clean, like how clean we want to get. So also we are in denial, although we are the oldest civilization. It is we still have those habits that are so bad, and we keep saying we are beautiful country or what, or our civilization is great. So we need to hit this denial extremely hard and connect it with our asmita or our identity. We have to really do that. So so there is no education systems developed. So for example, the children has to be taught a lot of things, also in colleges. Also the environment leadership framework is not announced, so actually there's chances to develop such environmental leadership programs all over the country in all the universities and even schools. So that framework has to come out, which will develop incredible amount of leadership skill in the country. In China, what they have it is 100,000 river protection agencies they have developed. Like basically within village they have committees. And then they make sure that industry and the people don't pollute it, and they also launch cleanliness program. We do need the river protection committees in the country. So the government like NCC or other scouts program run by government, we also need to have channelize those existing scouts program towards cleanliness and beautification. Plus we need to create new ones. There has to be a national level one, and there has to be state level one. So we are going to work on that. So we also should develop national compulsory national service mission for environment and cleanliness. So this is especially those people who come out of the university. Like a lot of countries have national service before the university. Some countries have that, and some countries have after the university education. So India has an incredible number of women, especially that they don't go back to workforce after coming out of the college, and so we need to have this environmental mission for certain ages, like an year or what, for everybody, whether somebody goes to college or not. So also dust elimination is not a priority, is not discussed anywhere. um, Also construction aspect is ignored. We do need to have a construction standard and workmanship standards and material standards, so and a design standards and guidelines, so that when you construct certain, let's say, a railway station or a bus stop, it should be done in such a way like a European standard or even better, that they can't get dirtied. right? Also, we are building millions of toilets and whatnot, but there is no standard to the contractors. Basically, we have to control all of this, because I do think that all this money is going to get wasted, because we are going to have toilets, but they won't have really good standard. So we need to have large number of schools and to develop our trades like ITIs. So all our workmanship trades need massive upgradation. So we also need to have all the cleaners, whether is somebody is cleaning the mall or somebody is working as a cleaner in the government institutions, or say municipality, or somebody work as a, for example, a cleaning contractor like a company. We must have certification program to bring up the standard of cleanliness very high. Also, we are not using hydrojetting in our cleaning process. Hydrojetting is an excellent tool which we see used all over the place in developed countries. Basically, when you use hydrojetting, you can clean a surface back to its original material, and the difference is really huge versus a normal cleaning. So also at city level, there is no vision in terms of cleaning and beautification. Landscaping especially is completely ignored. So we only have Delhi or maybe Chandigarh have some landscaping guidelines. Every other city does not have it. Uh, Most cities, like for example, towns, villages, roads, and highways, their landscaping is not even considered, even now. So, landscaping, I think, will provide greatest and fastest means for cleaning and greening India. So, uh, also, there has to be some guidelines and instructions to develop cleanliness cultures uh, across the board, whether it's a panchayat or whether it's a town, or whether it's a schools, or government offices. Government offices are still filthy. They don't take care of even government offices. Then I don't know how the whole country is going to change. Also, we have to develop a significant level of intolerance at the government level at least, and then trickle it down. So also there is no plans to tap so-called dormant resources like housewives, retired government servants, teachers, ex-military men, jailed people, handicapped people, elderly, students. A lot of these people are not there. It's only those government agencies are working hard, but a wide section of the society is still out of the this thing. Also, there are huge amount of lessons that can be learned from the example of Surat. Surat has an incredible turnaround story, and it can be replicated across the country. Okay, so also there is need for repackaging guidelines. Like a lot of countries are following this trend where you force companies to do less packaging or change their packaging, so you have less garbage created. So also schools and colleges must be put to notice regarding certain guidelines and systems. They have to put it in place so that children do certain things on regular basis, get educated in certain way, and brought up in certain way. Also, I don't see much loss coming out of that. Also, the whole programs does not seem to have so much how to say momentum. I see it is there, but it's not there kind of thing. Is mainly a government driven thing, while it can be much faster actually. Waste elimination is not promoted. Outlawing plastics is not promoted. Still, most of the countries still have plastics being used all over the place. Only few towns and villages have plastics banned. Also, I don't see much competition between cities and, let's say, NGOs and companies and schools and colleges. I mean, we have to create a competition framework so that we do a lot of progress by the by making by increasing the competitiveness between all these different layers of corporate governments and society. Also, we have not done much progress regards to adopting ready-made toilets. Like we are still building toilets ground up rather than building them to very high quality in the workshops and delivering. Uh, State level slogans are not created to change identity. Like we need to change people at the identity level, then it will shift their behavior. Also, religious institutions are not coming forward much. I mean, there could be some examples here and there, but really not much. Also, the entire spectrum of institutions need a major revamp, right from the temples or universities, a college, a railway station, bus station, offices. I mean, like imagine we even have temples not improved substantially, or schools are almost like before. So how where are we going to go there? I mean, these are the two places I would impact them first. I mean, and also public places like bus stations and railway stations. Of course, there's some work, like fair bit of work is going on at the railway stations, but I don't think that bus stations are as clean as they can be. Uh, Also, in when Surat was being cleaned out, there were a lot of drastic and stories used to be like how people were punished for not following instruction not to litter and all that, and that really create panic. Not say panic, but really created sensation in the people, and people really corrected their behavior very fast. So that needs to be done, and certain things like how to say uh, behaviors in offices and especially government offices and schools. I think there is a need to roll out of like watchdogs and stuff like that. Like we need a shake up all across the board, and we need frameworks for schools, for government offices, for industries to shift the people's mindset and the behavior. So that is those are the thing, and also Gandhiji's birthday and death days to be linked to cleanliness, uh, and there has to like massive movements has to be started way above the level at which it is being done, because he was epitome of cleanliness. um, Also, national leaders, national trainers, national think tanks, like those kind of like who is going to champion this at the highest level. Like we have a couple of them, but it's really sketchy. We need all this kind of framework all over the place. We need environment leaders at the town level, city level, state level, and we need uh, think tanks to think India in totally different way in terms of cleanliness and beauty. Not much work is happening really, institutionalizing the cleanliness culture. So we need to learn what Japan and Korea and Russians are doing, or Norwegians or Australians are doing. Most companies are not roped in. Uh, so also the better tools are to be promoted. I see the cleaners are still doing the old way. In Pune, there is a company doing a great job by making a place that they will get Pune as the cleanest city, and they imported like 100 crore worth of equipment from overseas. But I see still most of the cleaners in all across towns and villages and cities are doing the same old way. Their vehicles or their tools are still very old fashioned. We need new tools. We need investment in that. Also, there has to be compulsory assignments given to all level of society, say students to college goers, to panchayat, to professors, to teachers, to companies, to like we have to give some kind of come out with some framework where government can actually assign certain responsibility to different structures of the society. Also, the cleanliness alone will not do for country. We have to focus on zero waste, lifestyle engineering, reduction in packaging, and beautification, and very aggressive and ambitious plantation. Uh, that's my message. Uh, so, and also we need to rebrand the country. Like really, there is necessary, because we are losing huge amount of tourism benefits to the country, because the country is has a stigma, and the people has a stigma that, and is really bad. So we need to aggressively change this. So that's my message. I really help. Uh, I really want certain things done, changed in this way. Hopefully, somebody in the management of this whole setup of Clean India see this and take some of these things into consideration. Thank you very much.